hoping at least, even if the comp isn't new, the way in which they play it is. And they've got some ideas maybe like for early knives to take away XXiF's ability to wall.
Against Sentinels, another very strong team. Something you're going to have to think about as they try to make their way here into the A site. Drone leads forward as well as the Asher utility trying to get in here. They're actually trying to threaten Sick a little bit up top, but they're not looking at the man below. That's Ban and company just getting all kinds of entries.
Yeah, the entry from Ban was near flawless just before the fragment comes through, and then the final shot will also connect, leaving ShahZaM for a 1v4. Obviously not a situation you're going to be feeling all that favorable about, but see if you can at least make it somewhat interesting. Either it's off of kills from exits, or maybe just information as he tries to make a play for a retake. And as he gets the first point of contact versus Ban, nothing there. So kind of peeking the corner, finding some damage, and then backing away. That will force a couple of defenders to start to rotate. XXiF up top, and to get the wall for a bit of high ground, and Ban once again just dashing forward, able to at least retrieve one rifle after the first kill comes out, but can't make any use of it. So now ShahZaM is kind of stuck behind this slow orb inside arches. Good isolation for the Knights as they make their way on, should lead to a spike plant.
Yeah, and that's one of the things Knights are known for on this map is these bursty plays with the stage boost through window with the barrier. And now it's going to force Sentinels to have to play a retake here. TenZ able to get it back into a 3 versus 3, and they do have a lot of utility and the superior firepower. They also have Frosty down very low on HP. There's definitely still a way in.
Well, it's going to be a stack from the staircase, spamming things down. XXiF only able to collect one. Frosty still staying concealed by the double boxes, though close. Now here's the reload, makes his position known, and capitalizes quickly for the double. It's Knights 3 in a row, and a huge economical advantage now starting to build for them on their offensive half. Could burst his way on towards site, but the question will be here, is there any real true follow-up, or are you just going to try to play for a couple of exit kills? We'll find out, as here comes the slow lurking move, and it's Genghsta from the back corner, same angle, holds down the trigger for 3 straight headshots. Really,
and you have to wonder if Knights are going to go for that same boost play with the barrier through the windows that they're known for on their stage. They're just going to try to get in here quick, and yeah, they're getting in here. They're closing out market with utility. They're trying to get the switch, but dapr's Nano Swarm stops him from getting that door closed early and gets a kill back, and he's in this double stack corner. Will they check him? There's also Odin in the back of the site.
Ban's able to take down one. Off the plant, though. dapr, 1v1, sees the shoulder of Ban, takes the peek, finds the fourth. 1v1 now with XXiF on the site. Gets the information. You can't hide that ponytail. But XXiF will back away just for a small moment. Zombs has made his way on towards site, and XXiF may not know this, but maybe a chance to isolate. No! Sentinels, largely, it's a 2v5 on site. And Zombs will confirm the full-on 3v5. Sentinels on the board this time. But, you know, observers are really catching this nicely. The ability that dapr brings is not just his individual clutch, but his different looks setup-wise have been really, really cool. This time, a lot of that being stacked up towards tree. And as the lockdowns create a bit of a Venn diagram through mid, here comes the hit. Ban has to actually push through all of that utility from the placement of dapr in. Well, they do get their way onto site, but it's not what I would call clean, and dapr reveals his position up time for another double, and then just toying with his food. XXiF nowhere to go, and dapr, another triple for him in the round. Man. This play through heaven. Nebula gravity wells also being placed on both sides of this attack. 15 seconds to go. Six still holding close, though. Doesn't just get one, gets so much damage through some collided shots. Now down to 10 seconds as Frosty eventually gets the trade. Spike trying to be planted. 6 seconds on the clock, and Sentinels are going to allow this to happen as they set up for a retake.
They're fine with that, though. They got Sick a 2-for-1 trade to give them a man advantage on this retake now. That's brilliant from Sentinel's side of things. Now they just need to capitalize, and, well, that's a good start in the right direction.
Defensive Cosmic Divide blocks off A main. Frosty down low. Sees TenZ cross, but there's really nothing that he could do from there. The health pool's just way too low. 6 forward position just inside a door. Largely everything on that hold. I mean, top will delay this hit even longer, and Knights are almost stuck here. You got to get in. You got to get in quick.
Yeah, now the Owl Drone's out from ShahZaM, watching them come out of B main. They're really ready for this. Sick tries to disrupt through, only good for one, but ShahZaM spam as well as dapr collecting a couple as well. This is being absolutely handled. Oh, or is it? Genghsta gets a couple back. This gets interesting. It's all in Frosty.
The plant will come through. Lockdown's available if Frosty wants it, but 12 HP and a dream really here in this 1v2 would have to be incredible shots with the Guardian in hand. TenZ up close, gets an opportunity, but TenZ dashes away. Pistol will finish the job. Not the neatest fight that we've seen, but regardless, one that you would expect Sentinels to take, and they do.
Disrupt them here, at least pressure them.
And the flash will again delay any inevitable hit that's coming through. Even sends out the null command just in case, but Knights are waiting a little bit longer. Defensive lockdown will be placed as a counter. One player detained off the offense, but nothing really defined there, as that was Sick, who was put in detainment, and now he's recovered. 12 seconds on the clock. You've got to make a move. You got to go quickly. Sick is still in a position to watch a lot of this cross, but Ban is able to help out. 2 kills coming through, but time is the biggest problem here. Spike's starting to be planted, and the kills will come through before the spike plant is even necessary. Flawless. Prime Gaming flawless, in fact, for Knights. The 2 defensive members are leaning towards A, so a chance to fight this back, but it would be a 2v4 on site, and zombs is going to commit forward through this cosmic divide, waiting to see if anyone's going to come out. And ShahZaM over the backside through tree actually is able to collect another elimination. So this is actually very doable, especially with the chip damage that comes through. But Ban makes the numbers advantage that steeper. It'll be now a 3v1. Skuba will tally up the final onto ShahZaM here, leaving just dapr on this recollection through mid.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Ban and Genghsta are low on health, so it's not impossible for dapr, but with no information, it's going to be tough. They're playing 2 under, and Skuba playing on. A little bit of a headshot angle, and he gets the kill. And Knights, another brilliant attack there on the A site. Pace from their attacking side. They usually get around 7 attacking rounds. So at 6, not too shabby. We'll see what they can do here defensively on this very crazy split here from Sentinels, and it's a rapid one. They've already found a lot of space on B.
However, Frosty, the nanoswarms will give a little bit of time and space to work with while the defense starts to rotate, and they're doing it kind of in a split fashion. You got a flank from either side coming through, so Sentinels, you need to win from the front or delay these flanks from happening, and they're kind of winning the war on both fronts at the moment, as kills will be collected very rapidly, leaving Skuba left alone through B main, and 3 different Sentinels members looking right at him. There's the suppression, dapr on the peak behind it. Easy collection for 3 as Sentinels take the pistol and round in the second half. Potentially find success. The problem is the health pools. Sick and TenZ underneath half HP. Skuba, Nebula up. Sees the shots coming through. Actually, is taking so much damage right now, but just wants to deny the spike from getting forward. 10 seconds on the clock. Sick trying to play from topside heaven. Finds himself a rifle to work with. 0 point comes through, but again, the spike is still not on site, and that will be likely it unless they can find this kill on a Frosty, who is very avidly aware that there is not enough time for a plant, and the Red Bull clutch will be given to the Knights as they do take the third. Nanoswarm to clear off this initial cover towards heaven. dapr still holding on to site. Support from Sick, a lot of utility to spend here, but Frosty, as there is a reveal onto zombs, they do collect at least 1 elimination. dapr's position now revealed. The biggest issue largely is ShahZaM from this advanced angle, but how about it? Genghsta's actually able to not just take him down, but actually finds the third in the round, leading it to a 1v1. XXiF does collect a rifle. So an even battle, largely speaking, but Sick holds it tight, wins the 1v1, and Sentinels take their 9th. Just making sure that Skuba stays completely concealed. Null command comes out, Hunter's Fury to follow, and Skuba gets dealt with by a nanoswarm. That is unfortunate to say the least, but there's at least a couple of counter trades to come through for the Knights. One of them being on towards Sick, but it's a very easy resurrection in the position that he had fallen. Yep. So we get to a 4v3, the cross being watched by Genghsta, but Sentinels, largely with all these smokes, will get on.
Yeah, I think that's the most important point. Is Sick died in a place where he could be easily res. A lot of times that you know, KO might be in a tough spot, but look at this. Knights fighting back all of a sudden. Spike has yet to even go down, and this is getting tough now on Sentinels. They're going to try to plant back generator. Just zombs and ShahZaM up. Now, Frosty is low on HP, and yeah, like you said, that lockdown is going to force them into known post-plant positions, but ShahZaM breaks it. But now he's all alone.
The problem is he loses his teammate. 1v3. Everybody knows where ShahZaM is. Shock Dart does connect for a little bit. Able to get one, but nothing more. XXiF very wisely steps off the initial toggle for the defuse to help his low HP teammate in Frosty. And it's the Knights who do retake successfully after what looked to be a really solid start for Sentinels. No other utility remaining here for Sentinels. They deal with the alarm bot. Time's starting to become a bit more of a problem. Sick trying to take an off angle, denied. Leaving it to dapr, 1v2. Gets the opportunity for the first, collects it, and does it very cleanly! It's dapr for the double! A 1v2 and a Red Bull clutch for Sentinels! Completely stops what would have been a momentous round for the Knights! Spike being planted, the cosmic divide shortly to evade also from this position through the long side at A. Recon bolt denied. Bando on the way in. XXiF up top, good for the first. Can Sentinels hold this as a 2v3 on towards site? ShahZaM collects a headshot, but cannot firm the kill. And with that, Knights will cleanly retake. It's 3 from XXiF, 3 massive kills from XXiF on that retake.
On to switch, but there's still a man down. Sick has been whittled to such low HP. It's going to be such a tough breakthrough that he has to try to do now, and he's down.
Nothing there, but ShahZaM at least confirms one trade. Sentinels jumping down together, spamming through the nebula. Take a second with them. Ban up top, not able to connect with the operator. 3v3 as dapr plants. The retake still needed, but there's plenty of time to set this up if you're the Knights. Not a lot of tools to necessarily use here, outside of just the weaponry that you bring to the table. Zombs watching one side, dapr the other. ShahZaM the last one that would peek. Here's dapr, tested and eventually denied. ShahZaM following up. He would have to get the full ace, and he may just do it. No! Skuba shuts it down, and we get tied at 11.
There's been no real response from Knights. Sick again gets whittled down so low. Knights hold on the tree position. They're not even pushed all. Skuba still holds an advanced angle here. This is getting so dangerous. He's still standing tall. Finally cleared out by dapr, but he's done so much damage.
Oh, and Ban does hold the angle. Spamming through the null command is Genghsta. This is a full buy, by the way, for Sentinels. They're going to have no economy going into the next round. Zombs, can you do anything? Not at all. Trying to get Sick back into the picture. Will not be allowed, as a full bodyguard line of Knights members will guard not just the res, but also the spike, leaving ShahZaM in a 1v3. Nothing there. And Knights up 12-11 on match point. Shock Dart does at least connect. Spike planted. Knights taking their time with this. And they eventually do connect onto Skuba. Up top, the rest of the Knights are fully funneled. And look at the information off the dart. Resurrection will come through, but TenZ wants to take the angle away. Finds another kill on a Frosty, earns the knives. TenZ for a fourth. Could potentially go for the six-pack here. Has the next player up in Ban, but Ban denies. Knives of his own. 3v2 on this retake. Time becoming a problem. ShahZaM deep, able to find one more. Long-range shot's not going to connect. 1v2. Not going to happen. Zombs, Sentinels, somehow they make their way through the round and send it to OT.
It's felt that he exists on the server, so let's see if they can break through. There is that grab. That slows him down yet again. Now ShahZaM's in position.
On the clock. TenZ, goodness, he's looking like Mel Gibson in The Patriot. He's just everywhere. He's on A, he's on B, he's back on A, he's back on B again. He's all over the place. Popped, and we go to a 3v3. The take not yet here.
I'm a little surprised by that peek from Sick, honestly. Kind of gave the edge away. Now it's back even 3-on-3. Sentinels do still have some footholds, though, on this site. And now the info comes through with that blip on double stack box. But in the meantime, XXiF and Skuba also strike. It leaves ShahZaM alone. 1v2. He does have spike. He's got time. He'll get the plant. But this is a tougher clutch for him to handle.
No utility. No recon bolt. Has to do this the old-fashioned way. He sees both. I'm sure the pleasantries exchanged were anything but pleasant, and XXiF will make sure this overtime continues. Not information, but you got to find a way to still capitalize on this take. There's the flash. TenZ now to peek. Takes the first. Looking for the double. It's TenZ on 2. Last player left alive for the Knights is Frosty. It'd be a 1v3 for him. He gets the second. A 1v1. Bang! Frosty for 3. And it's the Knights that take the advantage in the second OT.
Now they have to play a 3 versus 5. With virtually no intel. You know, they're all gathering up A lobby. They can try to burst in here, sure, but, I mean, they're just getting pummeled.
Yeah, you have to rely that Ban will miss a shot and you can immediately trade, and that is at least the initial call. The problem is Skuba is here to assist, and that may be enough as he's able to take down one more. 2v4 situation. XXiF over the middle of the map is going to be denied by the door, so he realizes, okay, let me see if I can break this as soon as humanly possible. Shock Dart over the top brings Zombs down to 4 HP. And also denies the plant. Now all the members of the Knights still here. 20 seconds on the clock. Zombs trying to plant for ShahZaM, who knows at this point that he's going to probably have to clutch from this backside A.
And ShahZaM could get flanked. He has no idea. This is so stressful.
Oh, and it's not clean. Not clean from ShahZaM. It's going to be Knights. 2 straight rounds off of an impressive 1v3 from Frosty. They get it done off of the opening first bloods. So many better corrections here, Dust.
Maybe if they won map 1, maybe they'd be feeling a little bit more confident about the cheese play. But I have a feeling as we get ready for map 2, we're not going to see that. And in fact, we don't.
Can Pittsburgh find a way to jump in here and maybe take some offensive rounds away? That's been the biggest problem for teams playing up against Sentinels. Their defense is just so darn good. That'll be something to consider for the second half, though.
Yeah, Sentinels are just so explosive on this map with the double duelist composition. They are 13-1 since TenZ joined the team. They're over 65% win rate on both sides of the map. Then their only loss was 11-13 against Genghsta. And they beat international competition on this map. You know, they beat the likes of Fnatic, New Turn, Team Liquid, and they've dominated North America on Bind. So they definitely come in as such a heavy favorite, and that's
Genghsta's here trying to re-clear, though. There are a lot of members that are low HP for Sentinels, but this pinstripe kill feed will, in turn, lead to a 3v2 overall. ShahZaM still scouting things out. The spike is not making the move forward alongside dapr. That'll be collected by TenZ, and then an opportunity to plant will quickly follow.
Yeah, a little bit of a flank, though, coming off here from Ban. Maybe he can try to catch a timing on ShahZaM inside of hookah position, try to unlock a way to retake. But as it stands, Sentinels have the 3-on-2, and ShahZaM's watching for the flank and capitalizes. And yeah, that is pretty much a done deal. Sentinels very dominant pistol win.
And times at least through Ascent.
Yeah, Knights just don't have that same track record that Sentinels have on Bind. You know, they've had a couple of wins against BBG and TSM, but they don't really have that super huge win. And, you know, they have just barely a positive win rate on the map. And that's a great little double swing, though. High and low. They get 2 kills and Spike down. And maybe a chance to even claim some weapons. Sick trying to save the day from outside of hookah. Will get 1 back. But now getting pressured from Ban up top. But he reacts really well. Yeah, that's big. He's kind of starting to take away some of the fear out of this round.
Oh, and he gets across. Oh, my goodness.
I thought he was done for a second, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, man. Just the trail effects of the fragments from that Paint Shells Boombot interaction. Now Skuba. Sheriff could be deadly in this position, especially with Sick already low. And, of course, potential maybe more beyond that. Sick. It's more on just 3 HP. More shoulder peaks coming through. And as Frosty falls, Sick could potentially ace
with 3 health.
What? 3 of his kills have been on 3 HP already.
Yeah. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Imagine.
Wait.
No.
Paint Shells to finish? No.
Oh,
there it is.
Yeah. We've seen this year, but yeah, this is still Sentinels being the Kings. They're just gonna burst through with that showstopper, looking for space. Sick gets the kill with the showstopper. Good catch from Ban, though, to lock down Octagon. Yeah, this is big. That's a big kill to get just to have... Oh, now it's gone. Well, short-lived.
Sick playing again forward. And the Nebula this time, nobody expects it. Still surviving on low HP. Takes another 2 with him. Leaving XXiF for a 1v3, and he will not get the best of TenZ. So technically speaking, the bonus comes through. Sentinels take 3 in a row.
And to their strength of just having a lot of heavy hitters and just try to frag out.
Well, Ban was getting a bit curious on when that hit was going to come. Paint Shells was being held the entire time defensively. So Skuba now on site, trying to get a little bit of help from the guiding light, but it's Sick who's able to find one. TenZ responds. Blind showstopper to the Nebula defensively will find absolutely nothing. And now TenZ starts to tee off just a touch. 4v2 situation. Spike gets planted. TenZ on 3. And it all falls on to Genghsta, who can do nothing but fall to the rifle of dapr. 5-0 up our Sentinels, looking polished through the caves. And now could potentially recontest through market.
Oh.
And oh no. It goes down. Skuba gets the informational read, and that will be good on elimination for Sick. This aggression from Knights working out nicely so far.
Yeah, it is. I just feel like Sentinels weren't checking a couple of key corners. Like, they really probably should have cleared out hookah there with Sick when he was trying to backtrack. And now, yeah, they're just getting a wrench thrown in the middle of the things here. It's all on to ShahZaM. Just getting run through the blender. They have such good crossfires, but he's able to start picking apart a couple of fights here, but just runs out of HP in the end. Skuba will finish the job. That's a first round for Knights, and there's just probably someone up on the left-hand side. So he has dapr holding his right while he's trying to poke this left. Gets caught,
still gets one. Frosty on the corner nearly takes down more. Seekers comes through. There's the guiding light. Even pushing through, the snakebite Ban will collect his double. But the position over through Octagon was never defensively held. Aldrone scouted that out, but Ban still pushing forward, has denied more space through mid. And it's just, again, I love this from Knights for a number of reasons. The first being they're not backing down to Sentinels' aggression.
No, they're not at all. The TenZ still has a chance to maybe pull this thing off in a 1v2, but Spike is down in dangerous territory. And while he's got full HP, Knights are gathered up together to play this one out as a team. He might get this 1v1 against Skuba, though. Ban's not quite at the angle to face together, but as soon as he comes out, they are...
Clear out Cubby, no one home. Playing through Octagon still as zombs to try to watch the opposite side of this flank, and Genghsta just spams through the Viper Spin and gets a headshot, so that makes things much more doable. But Skuba on the opposite side, he finds timing onto zombs, just up to dapr. 1v2. Gets the first through the backside of the Viper's pit. Viper on Viper action. Skuba up top, nothing there. dapr comes up clutch once again for the Red Bull clutch, and the Sentinels win. Near the end of its fuse will be thrown over towards Showers. Does not connect even for damage. And once again, Sick in a very advanced position. Denied as Skuba just runs and guns him from the corner. Ban on the flank. Gonna collect another. And then even behind that, there's TenZ to try to challenge. ShahZaM will eventually get the tray, but it comes at a huge cost. 3v2 we go.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy here from Sentinels in the post plant, but ShahZaM at least reels it somewhat back into control, but they're still down a man. It's up to zombs trying to halt this Lance push. He does get what he needs, and it sets up the 1v1 for ShahZaM against Frosty.
Oh, he gets
the
info.
info with the recon ball. He's trapped in the corner, however, that's the problem, and Frosty runs him down. And even with low HP, he'll come up with the clutch, and that's a big round from Knights because
Could potentially take away space quickly if he wants to burst his way on towards site. Genghsta, no utility at the moment, neither does skuba. So here they go. TenZ reads the first, knives out, he collects. And the last one left is skuba. Nothing he could do there. Too many members to deal with. Sentinels recover.
Viper's Pit dropped early to control short A for Knights.
Through this Nebula and Guiding Light, TenZ still has an angle and punishes Ban, who was getting a little curious to see if anyone had slipped through that Guiding Light play. So now, I think chat starts to say 9-3 curse question mark. We'll find out. So far, though, for Sentinels, good stuff on this way through, even using the Hunter Siri to clear off backside of elbow. Sick, just making sure nobody gets into sight, and the spike gets planted. 5v2. Skuba from the back, he would have to do something unbelievable just to even create space for XXiF to work with. He's already being chewed up by shock darts.
Yeah, it's just Sentinels being so explosive, so reactionary off that
Utility
opening
here, though.
pick. Yeah, maybe, but they're still just so far behind, and all the angles are being covered. XXiF, though, gets a couple from elbow. What's happened here? It's short-lived. Short-lived excitement. It's
Very short-lived.
Yeah, 9-3. Just an excellent textbook round from Sentinels to attack, so they need to start hot. Threaten to come back.
Good information. Sick catches a shoulder, paint shells immediately as the response, and whoa, wait a second, backing through the Guiding Light was Ban, and that actually works out nicely because zombs was completely deterred by the flash. Ban even finding more now with the frenzy, but Sick quick to recover the lamp's position as skuba gets the plant off, paint shells to flush him away, but that actually does more than that. It finds the kill, and now all of a sudden Sentinels left with 2. Yeah, it's true.
He's in the sewers. Anyway, we're going to get into Sentinel's attempt at a retake here. Stafford's going to catch XXiF with the frenzy, but they're still pretty far behind here. Promise it wasn't on purpose.
Let that one sit there.
Yeah.
Gravity Well will make life a bit difficult for dapr. TenZ at least finding one response kill, but time becoming a problem. He's going to have to try to hold for this eventually. Double swing comes through, and oh my goodness, nearly. Slow things down just a touch.
Yep.
Here they come.
Grapple and Snakebite come in. Shock Dart clears under heaven, and it allows him to get out and to open the fight, but dapr is just catching them all from elbow with that Phantom, and ShahZaM will shore it up as well, leaving it down just to Ban.
Not a lot of an opportunity here. He knows obviously he's got pressure to his left, and then immediately more Sentinels members to deal with. Gets 2, not bad, but largely for Sentinels, they do come out pretty unscathed. I mean, it's hard.
And they're well rotated for this B attack.
Yeah. Well, Frosty is going to make their way over. They're actually not going to fully even bother trying to regrowth, and Sick is going to take down 2 just by way of the paint shells. Free utility, by the way. So as Genghsta is able to take 1 in return, the second set of paint shells finds more. Sick almost acing with just 1 ability. Eventually, there is at least some eliminations to speak of for Knights. ShahZaM backing away, but cannot get out of the line of sight of Frosty, and it turns into a Frosty 1v3 in technicality. And he will not expect zombs to lurk back in towards sight. Sentinels on 11.
Confidence because of this position that Sick holds at long B. Good Trailblazer stuns TenZ, a chance to catch him. He's able to dash away.
On good counter paint shells once again to come through. Sentinels defense looking just as sturdy as you'd expect. XXiF only able to find 1 piece of even marginal silver lining as zombs will take the final kill, and Sentinels will very quickly be on map 2 point. He needs to at least get this elimination, then come back to re-help over towards Shower side. And TenZ has read this. They both chip away at each other as the take towards A is trying to come through. Sick even moving very quickly, but Frosty is given so much space. He does at least take down 1 with him. TenZ able to get the trade, but as the spike gets planted, dapr is going to use that as a chance to just mix the toxins. And that will lead to an opportunity to try to retake, and dapr finding the 3rd elimination means it's all on to skuba. Oh boy. This would be a very difficult 1v3, but both Viper's Pit kind of intersecting means that decay will happen on both sides. skuba holding in a corner. There's a good first elimination. dapr toggles for the spike. Looking to re-change up where exactly he's positioned. He's found himself some actual time to work with here. dapr's down to 1 HP off the decay. ShahZaM is not necessarily what I would call healthy, but ShahZaM takes away the back angle. Gets the confirmed trade. No 1v3 here. Sentinels will take map number 2, 13-5.
Because I do think the Knights have played a wide variety of different comps overall. Like, they have played the Breach in the past. Not looking
a couple of losses here and there, but again, just super strong. Also super strong on both sides of the map. Near 60% win rate on both attack and defense. Meanwhile, Knights, they struggle on attack on this map.
Well, here we go. Quick take already making its way through Garage as Sentinels will find the first blood. Zombs coming back up. The delayed peek happens through long. XXiF is not able to respond to it, but there are a lot of low health pools. Maybe a chance to take a couple more with him, but not going to happen as Ban had gotten slowed up by a trademark. This will lead to a very quick plant for Sentinels.
Yeah, this is pretty much a done deal. And yeah, that is a big departure. You know, dapr was one of the guys who was still playing Cypher on this map when other people were moving more towards Killjoy and other different types of compositions, because he was so good at just pressuring A by himself in the classic way you're used to seeing on this map, you know, with the cage, with, you know, denying that information on the sewers cross. They've all been smaller teams, so they have not really been tested yet on this map. That's my point.
You could even argue that when they were tested by decent teams, they got kind of blown out of the water in a way.
Yep.
But we get into this round. Defensively trying to hold strong is Skuba, but it's Sick who gets the double. Numbers good for Sentinel. Spike now making its way down. XXiF looking to possibly threaten early. It's a high stack here for Sick. The kill does come through, dashing away. And his Ban will heal that up. Now it's on to the timing for dapr. ShahZaM's going to back away, giving a little bit of space for these members to jump on into sight. And as they do, ShahZaM makes his move. XXiF looking to follow up, but there will be no chance as ShahZaM takes a double of his own and Sentinels take the bonus for their third.
Way back in.
The scary thing here too is Ban is able to find at least one nice headshot in. Is, you know, coming forward. Oh goodness, Ban opportunity for multiple. Surely not. Surely not. But Ban's going to use the Seekers here. TenZ is going to threaten early to at least deny. That'll leave a weapon to be collected. Not a lot of time on the clock here. But Ban moving, trying to check to see if TenZ has gone high. Not the case. It's TenZ on the low swing. Still an opportunity to find this elimination. TenZ will eventually take care of it, but
here on site though, and I think Sentinels only know about one or two of them, but they're going to start paving the way forward with that Hunter's Fury. XXiF still hiding in the corner. Seekers come out though to allow them to get some intel. There are defenders towards Sewer's position, but knowing's half the battle. They need to get out the frags, and now they start
so much
flowing
information.
in.
Catch that, Frosty.
I have the spike.
Skuba now the last one left. 1v2 situation. Cosmic Divide will fade as Skuba will have a chance to get in here. Actually slips through the star placement of Zombs. Had an opportunity for the 1v1, but Zombs able to get the gun up just in the nick of time. Sure, he comes through looking to maybe stack up some damage, but
nothing.
It's TenZ already out. And so now the Cosmic Divide's going to come through, try to recontest this, but you still have shock darts available for ShahZaM. And you still have players that offensively are still contesting from the front side. XXiF, though, an unbelievable quick scope onto TenZ for the first elimination. Genghsta looking to put some pressure on towards the defuse. Sentinels looking to check this. Flash comes out halfway on the lockdown, but here comes the follow-ups. 3v1. Sick last one left. Trying to hold in the backside of sight, but will not be allowed to. And well, Dust, put your coaching hat on. The retake is good for Knights.
Sick already has towards A site. He's
Walks
gonna
into
walk
sight.
up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because the Trailblazer went sewers. He's just walking up. Oh, Ban though checks it. So good.
Good isolation to follow onto dapr as well. So now it's on to TenZ with this Blade Storm to jump on in. Updraft first and foremost. Ban is just holding the same angle, though TenZ not expecting that. Turns into a double for Ban. XXiF now on the way forward. Good with the operator for one. And Genghsta follows up beautifully. Knights only dropping the sole defender at A.
Now they push the op off yet again at C side. And they're going to chase him down with this Hunter's Fury, but good dash.
Oh, goodness. The updraft was not exactly perfect, but Skuba actually keeps things safe, and then XXiF turns the aim back over towards Garage Alley for a second. dapr still in the same position as ShahZaM is able to at least get one confirmed trade, but with this pressure, dapr's gonna go to the rendezvous and finds himself a free angle onto Ban, but XXiF still holding strong, denies Sentinel's intention, which was a push through C long. Last peek, not gonna come through. XXiF for the triple, and Knights have all of a sudden strung together three. Owl Drone will try to re-clear out Garage here, but all it really does is establish that the threat is 100% imminent. XXiF backed up, has to go to the Blades as he's caught on sight and revealed. Will drop. Skuba in the back corner, doesn't finish the second kill. Oh, he tried to transfer just a touch too early, and Sick will punish. Cosmic Divide coming through. Ban and Frosty, the last two defenders left.
And that stun stops him from trying to punish around the wall before it finishes blooming. He now tries to stun and guiding light himself in, does get the flash here, gets a kill, but Sentinels mop up from that point forward. Such a strong C-burst play. Sure comes through long A from Ban, but now C site is free. And dapr's cutting off the rotation at late. Oh, he gets caught though. What a shot from XXiF, and now a lockdown for the retake.
The fact that XXiF even expects that in the first place is unbelievable. Lockdown comes through, but it's immediately destroyed. TenZ responds once again, playing aggressively through the defensive spawn. Frosty the next contestant, nothing there. And Sentinels finish the half 8-4 dust.
Able to get a little bit of a cheeky read on this with this frenzy up close, maybe even good for a kill or two. As TenZ actually picks one off as well at B, and now ShahZaM can strike, but he just misses everything, and now A site will be taken. Zombs, though, actually decides to come in and play with the frenzy. Could he disrupt this?
Nanostorm pushes that one side, guiding light in the other, but Skuba takes the head right off of Zombs. And what a pistol this has been from Knights. All of the early pressure from Sentinels denied. dapr has existed through the Nebula. TenZ up top, a little bit of a fight coming through, but as dapr falls, it's all up to TenZ. What can you do? Tries to get rid of the sentry turret. A little more resilient than I thought he thought it was.
Yeah,
And yeah, everyone's just looking up, dude. Everyone's just, there's no way.
Yeah, bro, they're all stargazing down there. Just waiting for them to come out. Grand scheme of things, already a man down. Knights has such good post plan positioning, but okay, look at this.
Lean coming through. Frosty going to be overwhelmed, and as Genghsta and Skuba will back up to play this a little bit differently. TenZ is already sticking for the defuse. No one is quite able to get here to deny that halfway point, but as Skuba finds one, it allows a chance for Genghsta to try to swing. Regrowth coming through. Still plenty of time for Sentinels to keep playing around with this. There's the recon vault, but nothing to come afterward. Spike already defused as Sick finds the final kill and Sentinels recover. Sentinels defensively zip down to low HP, and yeah, here we go.
This is scary. They might not check it. Oh! The guiding light plays bodyguard, and Frosty gets the kill.
There's no way, dude. How many pellets did that bird just eat for breakfast?
Oh my god, dude.
And XXiF is able to finally come through. He got regrowthed up, and TenZ will fall. 5v3. Ban still playing a little bit of a gatekeep here through Garage. What has happened here? Sentinels, do you even try for this? Sick is going to try to flash forward, but he'll be denied as XXiF is able to get the wall bang, and ShahZaM has no option.
Bruh, all right. So this reference is not going to... There's going to be like one person against this reference in the whole wide world. Clear out all these corners and let them know, okay, Sentinels are having to play a little bit of retake here. But now, these counter shock darts are slowing down their progress onto A side, allowing Sentinels to get into better positions. And look at this. TenZ and ShahZaM clamp down. TenZ over the top with the ult for the first. And ShahZaM chimes in as well. And oh, Ban gets caught also. No way.
Ban plays forward, trying to take away the link, and now all of a sudden TenZ has the freedom to come back into sight. There's no way it happens that easily for Sentinels retake. Knights will quickly rewrap.
Rotation.
I think it does too, especially this last one that's still clearing out A long. Now Zombs in towards Garage, good for one. TenZ up top, the next one to be tested on this defense, and from the elevated position, he's able to burst right back away after his first elimination. Skuba trying to still work forward, but Knights are being picked apart. Oh no, dapr on the way through gets more. Not a lot of time, and it's dapr who just puts the nail in swiftly to the coffin. 11-7, and now forward. XXiF using it as a bit of a bodyguard. 2 defenders on the site though for Sentinel. XXiF over the top, does not find it.
No way.
It's an immediate rendezvous away at the last second. Zombs still holding on to sight, gets 3, and TenZ has information that Frosty's close. Oh, that's so unfortunate for XXiF. Flash through, but no challenge defensively, as Knights do continue to push their way through link. dapr already on, like you mentioned. Still have a number of defense members here for Sentinels, but it's going to be Ban and Skuba that take care of everybody, 2 apiece, and that's good for a plan, and likely with that, the round.
That's a bold win for Knights, you know, trying to come back into overtime from 5 rounds behind up against 4 defenders on site, and you mop them up pretty much in pristine fashion. Didn't really lose anything along the way, setting up ShahZaM in what should be an impossible 1v3.
I was going to go for it. He's full economy, so why not? Make something special happen. Show up on Reddit. We'll see. Sentry turret deleted. Shock dart will largely connect onto Frosty. Second one may actually finish him. He's down to about 1 HP. And ShahZaM does find the lurker of Ban around the back, but can do nothing more. The Nebulas all encompass the choke points, but Sentinels are already, again, still inside XXiF. Huge first blood in this engagement towards Zombs. But dapr, the double, but nothing behind it. Frosty confirms the site. And with that, also the spike being planted. TenZ and ShahZaM in a 2v2. The shock dart's chewing away a lot of the health so far, leaving Skuba a 1v2 to extend the map. Playing from Link. TenZ over the top. Not gonna get the best of ShahZaM though in the first point of contact. and Sentinels will win 13-8 in 3 maps, 2 of which were very tight, but in the end, Sentinels just too good in their map pool.